Well, we remember a few years ago when these teams battled, that same type of situation happened. Of course, it's a different type of a ball game tonight. Could be a very physical game. It's tough to go physical with Lawrence, but Presque Isle has the horses to do it. Tate McPherson had 24 points and 15 rebounds against Caribou. Toby Plummer will join Keenan trying to push the ball up the court. They're going to want to push it up. Lawrence is going to want to slow it down. So it should be a contrasted styles here tonight.
And Don, on the other side of the coin, Lawrence, just like Waterville, a big team, but that's not the name of the game here.
Well, for them, they got off to a quick start against Hamden the other night. Matter of fact, they got 13 points from Billy Cole of their first 15 points. They're going to need to get a big quick start against Presque Isle, and if they do that, they're going to look to Cole. Also, they're going to look to Tommy Reynolds. He scored 12 points against the Broncos in that first game on Saturday night.
It should be a good one to find out who plays Madomic Valley Saturday night for the championship of Eastern Maine. Back in a couple of minutes, and we'll be talking with the coaches.
Channel 5's live coverage of Class A tournament action is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. Come back to real values. Coca-Cola and your local Coca-Cola bottlers. Always a winner, always Coca-Cola.
Hi, this is Dan and Josh from Dan's Living Center, and we're real excited about our GE promotion.
Yeah, we're giving away GE appliances.
Josh, we're having a sale on GE appliances, and that means extra savings.
Dad, you still have to pay for them.
If you buy a GE appliance, Josh, there's no...
Anything can happen, but we got all kinds of respect for Mike and his program. They've been the most successful team in the state for 10 or 15 years now running, and it's always a pleasure to play against them. We like it.
Once again, is the size, the physical presence of Lawrence going to bother you at all?
Oh, I'm sure it's going to give us some trouble. If it gives us a lot of trouble, we're in deep trouble. But we're going to try to move the ball out, get up and down the floor a little bit. You know, it's no secret. We're going to try to do what we do. They're going to try to do what they do. I hope it's a good ball game.
Good luck tonight, Presque.
Thanks,
it wasn't that long ago, and I'm sure Mike McGee can remember the time that Presque Isle came in as an 8th seed. This is another kind of year like that. The 8th seed is all the way up and down, as Madomic Valley has proven. You got to watch out for everybody.
Well, the upset bug is in the air, and Presque Isle is one of the toughest teams I've seen in the last 8 or 9, 10 years in the Auditorium. They shoot the ball very well. Tim Prescott's a very underrated coach. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does at Presque Isle. He always brings a tough team in here, and they're not a lot of fun to play.
Is it tough to watch a game like that right before you when you saw Madomic Valley kind of beat a team you know so well?
I was surprised. I really was. But, you know, Josh Nash is one of the best players I saw this summer, and he's just one heck of a player. And when you have a great player like that, anything can happen.
Good luck in the semis tonight, Mike.
Thank you, Tim.
Mike McGee, head coach of the Lawrence Bulldogs. It's Presque Isle against Lawrence in Game 2 tonight. Back to the Auditorium in 2 minutes.
I got a Michael Jordan MVP cup.
The final game that will set everything up for the championships coming up tomorrow night. And this could be very interesting. A lot of times in the tournament, Don, you see teams that play the similar style of basketball. Tonight, it's very much different. Presque Isle is going to look to push the ball. Lawrence, with a real strong rebounding team, likes a half-court game.
Yeah, and I thought one of the interesting things from the quarterfinals is that, with Lawrence, they like to play the man-to-man half-court defense also. And one of the things that Presque Isle did in their win over Caribou is they played zone defenses the full ball game. So it'll be interesting to see if Mike McGee tries against Lawrence to get their lead to try to break Presque Isle out of that zone and get them to go to man-to-man.
Well, we're looking at two big men that had excellent quarterfinal games. Of course, Billy Cole, 23 big points for Lawrence. And on the other side, Tate McPherson also with 24 points. So let's see how these two match up as well.
Also, another big player for Lawrence is going to be Tommy Reynolds, as we talked about in the opening. All KVAC, he got his 1,000th point near the end of the game. But also a key thing that gets overlooked sometimes, all defensive player for the LKVAC.
And both teams seem to be peaking right at this time, too. Both have been playing winning basketball right at the height of what their teams are capable of doing. So this should be an outstanding matchup between Presque Isle and Lawrence. Now let's go over to Hal Stewart and meet the players.
Have your attention, please. Good evening and welcome to this Eastern Maine Boys Class A Semifinal Basketball game. Contest has the visiting Wildcats from Presque Isle High School. They'll be facing the Bulldogs from Lawrence High School. Team members for the visiting Wildcats, coached by Tim Prescott. Beginning with a junior, number 10, Brad Bishop. 14's the senior, Ray DeMerchant. Sophomore number 20, Eric Saucier. Junior number 32, Jason Nightingale. Number 50 is the junior, Jake Archer. Senior number 52, Shane Screenock. Sophomore number 54, Colin White. The home team, the Lawrence Bulldogs, coached by Mike McGee. Beginning with a sophomore, number 22, Dave Elliott. Sophomore, number 12, Heath MacArthur. 14's a sophomore, Craig Seeley. Sophomore, number 20, Ty Donahue Beard. Junior number 40, John Hiltz. Junior number 10, Kyle Holmstrom. 54 is a junior, Rick Fortier. Junior number 50, Mike Hamlin. Senior number 32, Keith Knight. Number 52, injured players, the senior, Jeremiah Nowland. Now for your starters, beginning with the Presque Isle Wildcats, the junior guard, number 12, Kyle Keenan. The Lawrence Bulldogs, the junior forward, number 30, Chris Winship. The Presque Isle Wildcats, the senior at 4, number 24, Toby Plummer. For the Lawrence Bulldogs, the senior guard, number 24, Greg Harrison. For the Wildcats, the junior guard, number 30, Tom McFarland. For the Bulldogs, the senior at center, number 34, Alan Richards. For the Wildcats, the junior at forward, number 34, Matt Cassavant. For the Bulldogs, senior guard, number 42, Tommy Reynolds. For the Wildcats, the senior at center, number 42, Kate McPherson. For the Bulldogs, the senior forward, number 44, Billy Cole. Your officials for this game, Mr. Thurston and Mr. Cloutier.
Going down through, Don, you look at Presque Isle, 6'2", 6'1", 6'3", 6'4", 6'2". And over on the other side is 5'11", 5'11", 6'4", 5'11", 6'3". Well, actually, Colin White will come in off the bench at 6'2". Kyle Keenan is 5'5", very, very quick. So a little bit of a height advantage for Presque Isle, but Lawrence plays a bit more of an aggressive game overall, so it kind of balances out.
And when you take a look at a kid like Billy Cole, who's 6'3", but he plays bigger than that, and he's also one of those types of kids that is not afraid to go inside, not afraid to really hammer the boards if he has to.
A real explosive, emotional player, Cole, with 13 points in the first quarter in the quarterfinal victory. Tate McPherson at 6'4" is stepping into jump center for Presque Isle. Alan Richards also 6'4" for Lawrence. Lawrence is in the white with the blue. Presque Isle in the blue with the white. So a lot of blue on both sides of the auditorium tonight, cheering on their team. And the tap will come away to Lawrence. And this one is underway. Winship. Reynolds on the right side. Is Cole with the basketball, tries to go baseline, shoots over the double team, it comes up short, and Reynolds will pick up the loose ball on the right side, dishes it out to Cole. Now at the foul line, the shot is up around the rim and out by Alan Richards. And the rebound is out of bounds. It'll be Presque Isle ball.
Very important for Presque Isle to come down here and get something going on offense and get on the board quickly and not get behind like Camden did the other night.
And here come the Wildcats. It's Toby Plummer out front. 11 points in that quarterfinal win over Caribou. Now on the right side, McClellan in the right corner. Down low, posting up. McPherson has it stolen away by Tommy Reynolds. Reynolds pushes it up. And he's going to be fouled on the way to the basket. Looks like it should be on Kyle Keenan.
Two extremely quick moves by Tommy Reynolds. The first one just to take that ball away as the where the Presque Isle player went inside, then a quick move on the court to draw the foul.
First foul of the game is not a shooting foul, so Lawrence will put it in underneath their own basket. And they work it around on the left side. Cole with the three-pointer around the rim and out. And the rebound Plummer for Presque Isle. Just underway, no score. And it's McClellan on the right side. Now off to McPherson, foul line down the middle. McPherson off the glass and in, and there's the first basket of the game.
That's the first shot taken by Presque Isle. Lawrence had had 3 or 4 opportunities on offense before that.
And Tommy Reynolds playing this one without the nose guard. 6:40 to go in the first period. It's 2-0 Presque Isle. And Lawrence nearly threw the ball out of bounds, but Greg Harrison catches up with it. There's the long three out front. It won't go for Chris Winship. The rebound is going to be blocked as Alan Richards tried to put it back up. And the loose ball picked up by Reynolds. 6:20 to go first period. Reynolds off to Harrison. Harrison on the left side. Fires it up. No good. The rebound tapped around in there. Pulled down by Plummer. Up ahead pass intended for Keenan, and it's ahead of him out of bounds.
Early on defensively for Presque Isle, they're playing a 1-3-1 zone, and they're really forcing Lawrence to take the outside shots and clogging up the inside on him.
Still both teams playing a little tentative here in the early going. With 6 minutes to go in the first period, 2-0 Presque Isle. Lawrence with the ball. It's Harrison. Top of the perimeter. Over on the right side is Winship. Now he dribbles to the front. Gives it to Reynolds in the paint. It's kicked loose under there. Reynolds gets the loose ball. Fires it up underneath. No good. Cole on the rebound. Fades back off the glass and in. It's Billy Cole. Number 44 for Lawrence. We're tied at 2 with 5:35 to go in the first period. Presque Isle with the ball. It's McClellan out front. Over on the left to Keenan. Now along the baseline. The shot is up and in by Toby Plummer for 2 on the baseline. It's a 4-2 Presque Isle lead. 5:20 to go first period. And Tommy Reynolds slowly brings it into the front court. Looks over that Presque Isle zone. 1-3-1 right now. Cole on the left side in the corner. Down low, Richards is bottled up. He tries to pass it out of there, and it's lost out of bounds by Presque Isle as Keenan tried to save it in. And it will be Lawrence ball. On the left side, now up front. Reynolds, right to Harrison, back out top of the perimeter to Reynolds. Down low, the pass is stolen away. Tate McPherson with the steal. McClellan now for Presque Isle. Left of the foul line. Pull up jump shot is good for 2. Tom McClellan puts Presque Isle on top of Lawrence. 6-2. 4:40 to go first period.
The defense keying that play, making the play down on the defensive end, stealing the ball and coming down and getting the jumper.
Pass down low intended for Billy Cole, who's stolen away. Again, Tate McPherson in there. And now it's McClellan. Down the right corner to Keenan for Presque Isle. Now back out front. It's McPherson. Foul line. Fadeaway jump shot around the rim and out. And on the rebound, a foul is going to be called on Lawrence.
Let's take a look at that last Presque Isle basket. As McClellan brings it into the forecourt. And he pulls up and takes the jumper from the left foul line extended and just buries it.
That last foul on Lawrence against Chris Winship, his first. Each team has one now here in the first period. Inbounds passes down low. The shot blocked out of there as Tate McPherson went up. And Lawrence on the rebound. Reynolds brings it quickly into the front court. Now it's Harrison. Bottled up in the right corner. Richards. And looks like we'll have a foul on number 34, Matt Cassavan of Presque Isle. The man who has to put this whole crew together here at the Auditorium for the tournament. We got our first time out of the game. 4 minutes to go. 4-point lead for Presque Isle. We're back in a minute. Five to go in the first period. Lawrence called that timeout. Coach Mike McGee wanted to talk it over here early. 3:35 to go in the first period. Now it's knocked out of bounds by Lawrence as Alan Richards got a hand on it. And Presque Isle will put the ball in bounds in front of the Lawrence bench. Inbounds to McClellan. McClellan the 2 along the left side. Presque Isle on top, 8-4 over Lawrence. Two teams that do not play on the regular season. Harrison on the left, out front to Reynolds. Now quickly they go over on the right. Down low, getting open for the shot is Alan Richards, the 6'4 senior, lays it up and in for Lawrence.
First real good inside entry pass for Lawrence in the ball game, and they found Richards coming across the lane.
We can credit Presque Isle defense for keeping him out there, and now it's nearly stolen away, and finally is by Lawrence. Loose ball picked up by Cole. Off to Reynolds, quickly up court. It's Richards. He'll give it out front. Cole with a long three-pointer. It's way off the left side. Didn't even get the rim. Hit the side of the backboard, and the rebound comes away to Presque Isle. 2:45 to go first period. Presque Isle 8, Lawrence 6. McPherson tries to drive down the middle. He'll be fouled out front.
You mentioned, Mike, these two teams didn't play during the regular season, but they do have three common opponents, Bangor, Hamden, and Brewer. Against those teams, Lawrence 4-1, and Presque Isle 4-2 against those squads.
And for Lawrence, it was Alan Richards picking up the foul. That's his first. Each team has 2 now. And Colin White is coming in for Presque Isle. 6'2 sophomore. The inbounds pass knocked loose. Harrison and Reynolds. Reynolds gets the pass from Harrison. 2-on-1 fast break in. Reynolds lays it up and in.
And Reynolds made a great steal on defense to go and just tip the ball over to Harrison and then go down into the forecourt and get the pass back from Harrison.
Presque Isle with the ball. We're tied at 8. 2:25 to go. And the pass is way out of bounds. Went over the Lawrence bench.
We're going to see that play from Billy Reynolds again, and he just tips it. Tommy Reynolds, pardon me. Tips it over to Harrison. And then Reynolds didn't give up on the ball. He just strode right to the basket, got the nice pass inside the paint and laid it off the glass and good.
Lawrence with the ball with 2:10 to go here in the first period. We're tied at 8. Harrison over to Reynolds. Back to Harrison on the left. Tries to penetrate. Goes off down low. Keith Knight's in the game. Out front to Harrison. Now to Reynolds on the right. Back out front is Harrison. He'll take the three-pointer. Harrison for 3 for Lawrence.
And since the timeout, Lawrence has outscored Presque Isle 9-2.
And the score is Lawrence 11, Presque Isle 8. 1:45 to go in the first period. And Presque Isle with the ball. Over on the left side is Cassavant. He hasn't had the ball much in this game. It's stolen away by Reynolds of Lawrence. He'll push it up against Cassavant. He misses the shot. Cassavant behind him. The loose ball is picked up by Harrison of Lawrence on the left side. Now Reynolds, baseline. His shot is no good. The rebound is going to be pulled down by Colin White of Presque Isle, and a foul on Lawrence.
We're going to see Reynolds go inside to Harrison, up top of the key actually to Harrison. He takes the long 3 and just buries it.
And the foul on Lawrence called on Tommy Reynolds. His first, and that'll be the third on Lawrence. Presque Isle has committed 2 fouls so far. 1:20 to go first period. It's an 11-8 lead for Lawrence. It's Presque Isle with the basketball. It's Toby Plummer out front, top of the perimeter. Now over on the right side to McPherson, nearly stolen away again. McPherson, long court pass, cross court over to Cassavant. Now it's out front to McClellan. McClellan with a three-pointer. It's an air ball. And Lawrence on the rebound. And Greg Harrison looks over to Coach McGee on the Lawrence bench. With now 52 seconds to go in the first period. Lawrence up by 11. They have the ball. It's Harrison out front. Over to Knights. Knights fires it up way off. And it's battled for and tied up underneath between Cole and McClellan. And the possession will give it to Presque Isle. Number 44, Cole.
Presque Isle has only scored 2 points in the last 3 minutes and 12 seconds. They'd like to get another basket here before the end of the half, right ahead of the quarter.
35 seconds to go in the period. Presque Isle trying to get down low with it, and it's deflected out of bounds by Lawrence, and Presque Isle will put it in underneath their own basket. With 34 seconds to go in the period, Tate McPherson will put it in for the Wildcats. All right, to McClellan. All right, the down low McPherson got the pass from Saucier. And it's knocked out of there by Lawrence, and they'll come up with a loose ball with 24 seconds to go in the period. And it's Greg Harrison out front. Now over to Keith Knights. He holds the ball with 15 seconds. Still out front. It goes over to Harrison on the right. Quickly back over on the left to Knights. Down to 10 seconds. Harrison with the ball. On the perimeter. Over on the left side. Cole, three-point land. Fires it up. It won't go. It's short. 3 seconds on the clock. Rebound Lawrence. And the shot just before the gun. And they will count it. It was released just before the gun. And the three-pointer will count to end the first period. Lawrence by 6. We'll be back in 1 minute. We're going to take a look at the replay here shortly on that last shot. It was real close to the gun, but they say it counted, and that makes it a 14-8 lead. Lawrence on top of Presque Isle, and as it would have, Lawrence has the possession to start the second period.
And two really different first quarters, as the first half of the quarter, Presque Isle outscored Lawrence 6-2. Second half of the quarter, 12-2 advantage Lawrence.
All right, Lawrence by 6 and with the basketball here as we have the second period underway. Harrison to Reynolds, down low to Cole. Cole on the baseline, double team, now triple team, fires it up, it won't go. And there's the strong rebound, but the basket won't fall for Winship. And now it's a Presque Isle rebound as Tate McPherson brings it down. Presque Isle still in the backcourt. Now across midcourt is McPherson, gives it off to McClellan. Now on the right side, Eric Saucier. Gives it back to McClellan, back to Saucier, still on the right side. Now McPherson up high. McPherson to the foul line, pulls up, fires it. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Cole high in the air with a rebound for Lawrence.
Right now, really, Lawrence with about a 2-1, maybe a 3-1 advantage on the boards. They've dominated on both ends of the court on the boards.
And we're now just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Lawrence by 6, and still no one has scored here early in the second period. Harrison to Reynolds. Reynolds up top. Takes a dribble, gives it off to Harrison. Harrison fires up a three-pointer. It's good from the perimeter. Number 24, Greg Harrison. Two big three-pointers in this game. It's 17-8. Lawrence is suddenly up by 9.
And that's the third three-pointer for Lawrence in the half.
And 6:25 to go in the first half. Down the middle. Off balance was Cassavant. Misses the shot, and then it's out of bounds. It'll be off Presque Isle.
All right, let's take a look at that last three-pointer at the end of the quarter. We got the replay, and the ball is just leaving his hands, and there is no time left on the clock. So Lawrence, it seems, maybe got a little bit of a gift.
It's that Jeremiah Nowlin, I believe number 52, firing that up. Down low for Lawrence. It's Alan Richards getting open underneath. Tim Prescott wants a timeout. Lawrence leading Presque Isle 19-8 with 6:03 to go in the first half. We'll be back in 1 minute. Half, it is Lawrence 19, Presque Isle 8. It is Presque Isle with the ball. McClellan off to Saucier. Over on the right to Plummer. Out front, Colin White fires it up. It's no good, and the rebound comes away to Lawrence. Rebound pulled down by Alan Richards of the Bulldogs. Presque Isle came out strong in this game, Don, and then after a timeout was called by Lawrence, it's been all Lawrence.
Last 6.5 minutes, Lawrence has outscored Presque Isle 17-2.
Down low, Reynolds tries to dish it off on the baseline. It's knocked right back out of bounds by Presque Isle. And Cassavant will come back in for the Wildcats. And he'll replace Toby Plummer. Mike McGee on the Lawrence bench. Here come the Wildcats. Now it's stolen right back by Lawrence as Harrison comes up with it. And Harrison will bring it up. 5:15 to go first half. It's Lawrence by 11. Harrison on the perimeter. Now it goes over on the left, down into the corner. It's Winship. Quickly back out front. It goes to Harrison. On the right to Cole. 5 minutes to go first half. Down low, Reynolds in the lane, dishes it off to Richards. Richards in traffic, puts it up and in. Number 34, Alan Richards, makes it 21-8. Lawrence leading Presque Isle, 4:45 to go in the half.
Much like they did against Hamden early in that ball game on Saturday night, they've gone on this big run right now and taking control of the ball game against Presque Isle.
Pass down low is lost out of bounds by Presque Isle.
Let's take a look at Lawrence's last basket. They do the bounce pass inside, baseline to Reynolds. He gets into traffic, dishes it off to Richards, and Richards, little move in the paint, puts it up and in.
And Reynolds did well to thread the needle and get that pass in there. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. 21-8. Lawrence with the lead and the basketball. Down low, it's Cole. Strong on the baseline. He's open for the layup. Billy Cole with the easy basket. And suddenly it's all Lawrence. They're leading 23-8, 4:15 to go in the half. And it's Keenan on the right side. He fakes, tries to go by Harrison. Dishes off out front to McPherson. Double pump fake and a travel. Travel on McPherson.
And that really right there kind of typifies how it's been for Presque Isle since that 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Nothing has gone right for them on either end of the court.
They have not been synchronized at all. They came out looking pretty good, took the lead 8-4, and then after the timeout, Lawrence defense has shut them down. And it's Winship and Reynolds out front. Reynolds with the ball right now. Down low, he spots Richards wide open, and Richards has the easy layup. Number 34 for Lawrence. 25-8.
And they're just chewing up that zone defense right now that Presque Isle is trying to play.
Hamden tried the same thing against Lawrence, and so far the same results. There's a long three-pointer on the left side. It's going to be good for Matt Cassavan. And Presque Isle needed that badly.
And that's their first actually their first points of this quarter.
And it's 25-11 Lawrence. 3:15 to go in the half. Reynolds with the ball. Off to Cole. Cole in three-point land. Fires it up and in. Number 44, Billy Cole. He can kill you down low. He can kill you out top. And it's 28-11 Lawrence leading Presque Isle. 2:55 to go here in the first half. Presque Isle with the basketball. It's Eric Saucier. Loses the handle on it, and he's called for a travel. He's got it caught on his hip. And Presque Isle will turn it over.
You can see the frustration on the Presque Isle Wildcat faces right now.
Tim Prescott on the bench. Looking for some answers right now. Mike McGee happy with the way things are going with 2:49 to go in the half and a 28-11 lead.
Love to know what he said at that timeout with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, because it's been all Lawrence since that timeout.
Lawrence was very tentative. Then they came out. Seems like they worked a lot harder on defense, and then they took advantage of some mistakes by Presque Isle to go down and score. And score they have done. 28-11. Cole, another three-pointer. This one is good from the left corner. Billy Cole. Wow, 31-11 now. Lawrence leading Presque Isle. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. And McClellan with the basketball. Goes off to McPherson in the right corner. Cross court over on the left side is Cassavan. Drives baseline, pulls up, fires it short. And the rebound comes away to Mike Hamlin of Lawrence. Off to Reynolds. Reynolds quickly takes it down low, but decides to bring it back out on the perimeter. Pass over in the left corner. It is Cole again. This one won't fall for Billy Cole. And the rebound stays with Lawrence, though, as Reynolds chases it down, and he'll bring it out front. We're down to 1:55 to go in the first half. 31-11. Lawrence with the lead, and they're going to spread it out. And they can afford to do it here as we near the end of the first half. Reynolds. Off to Keith Knights. Knights back to Reynolds. And a jump shot from the foul line. It was a real tough shot for Reynolds, but he banks it in off the glass.
Did a little fake, leaned in, got it off the glass, and got it, Mike.
33-11. Cassavan loses the handle down the middle. And the loose ball was picked up by Reynolds for Lawrence, and nothing is going right for Presque Isle now. And Reynolds looks over to Mike McGee on the Lawrence bench. And looks like they're going to spread it out. Again, with 1:05 to go.
You got the lead. Team's playing zone. You want to break him out of the zone, get him to go man-to-man. Of course, that will enable you to get to more layups. Lawrence with a big lead here. This is excellent basketball. I mean, you talked to Coach Bob Zimmerlich, who was sitting here just a few minutes ago. This is his style of basketball. Force them to come out and play you.
Keith Knights is standing out there, and he has for about 20 seconds with the ball on his hip. Now Presque Isle will come out and play him. And there's the foul. And it's going to be on Tom McClellan of Presque Isle, number 30. With 41 seconds to go in the half. Tim Prescott very frustrated right now with the Wildcats trailing the Bulldogs 33-11. And it's almost halftime. As Reynolds goes to the bench.
That's only the third team foul. We've only had 6 fouls in this first half. Unlike the game before this one, which seemed like it was going to be everybody fouling out of that contest.
All right, in the backcourt, it was Knights to Harrison. Quickly back to Knights. Now Winship. Winship's double teamed. Has to dribble out of it. Now passes out to Knights near midcourt. Knights in the double team. He'll be bumped and fouled by Tom McClellan. So McClellan picks up his second foul very quickly. And that's 4 on Presque Isle. And 3 on Lawrence with 27 seconds to go in the half. Lawrence with a big lead. And Lawrence will put it in bounds near midcourt, just over the stripe on their own end, right in front of the scorer's table. And it's into Harrison. 25 seconds to go in the half. Reynolds is back in there. He has the ball. He leans in again. Has it knocked loose from behind. Cassavant has it. Up ahead to McClellan. McClellan can't catch up with the long pass, and it's out of bounds. Lawrence ball. A lot of turnovers by Presque Isle here in the first half.
Yeah, certainly have. Reynolds in that last drive got hit in the nose area. You talked about earlier in the game. He took off the face mask, and he seemed to be a little dazed there, but he seems to be okay now. But at first I thought maybe he got hit in the nose and may have re-injured that nose.
8 seconds to go in the half. Lawrence with the ball. Cole over on the left side. He steps out of bounds with it. The pass was high to him across court. He tried to tap it back in, but he was out of bounds. Mike McGee looking at what could be the final play of this half. 3 seconds now. And the long half-court shot is not going to go. Missed by Tom McClellan. And at halftime, it's Lawrence 33, Presque Isle 11. We'll be back with Tim Throckmorton at halftime in 2 minutes.
Look at this.
This is the Sizzler Tournament Scoreboard, brought to you by Sizzler, Bangor Mall Boulevard, featuring in March their $4.99 buffet from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Plenty of basketball here, and there was one game tonight and a little bit of an upset. Madomic Valley, Josh Nash went crazy tonight. 43 points as they get by number 2 Waterville 79-72. They'll play for the Eastern Maine Championship tomorrow night. The winner of this game will also be involved in that. Lawrence will play Coney in game 1, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Then it'll be the boys' final. Madomic will have to wait for the second half of this one. Presque Isle currently playing Lawrence, and Lawrence currently on top of that one. Dick DeRost joins us, the principal of Presque Isle High School. Dick, we're talking about all kinds of sports down here, but for a second, let's take a timeout. Do you ever feel that Presque Isle, well, evidently not, the national, you were just telling me about the national awards or the national recognition you're getting up in Presque Isle. That's kind of nice to be found up on the map up there and to be recognized for something.
Yeah, it is. In the last couple of years, we've been recognized by the United States Department of Education as a National School of Excellence. Also, a year ago, Red Book Magazine did an article on what they termed the best schools in America, and we were included in that list. So we're proud of what our athletic teams do, but there's a lot of other things going on that show that we've got a real well-rounded offering for our students.
It would be tough for someone even my age to even make it through high school these days, not having the computer background. It's almost a necessity for kids to come out of high school to have some kind of knowledge in that, and obviously Presque Isle is certainly putting strides forward in that direction too.
Absolutely. That's one of the areas where we received our recognition. It's really been a real point of emphasis for us in the last 8 or 10 years. We've got about 160 computers totally for student use. Our goal is to have every student in the school spend 1 period a day on the computer. Our English assignments are done on the computer. Our labs and science are done on the computer. And we feel that's a real important tool to prepare our students for life in the future.
How tough is it, Dick, playing at Presque Isle, playing in the Big East, and having to travel so many miles to get your schedule in?
Well, it's tough on the kids, but it goes with the territory. We know where we're located. We know what we have to do to get a good competitive schedule, and hopefully year in and year out have a chance to get down here during this first week in March.
Dick, thanks for joining us, and better luck in the second half of tonight's game.
Thank you, Tim.
Dick DeRost, the principal of Presque Isle High School, back in 2 minutes to talk a little hoop right after this.
It's hot and it's happening. It's sounds of the 70s, the biggest, hottest collection of 70s hits ever. Get the hottest songs of 1979, more than 1 full hour of hits for only $9.99 on compact disc or cassette. audition other great sounds of the 70s albums. There's no minimum to buy. Cancel anytime.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Kids, but it goes with the territory. We know where we're located. We know what we have to do to get a good competitive schedule, and hopefully year in and year out have a chance to get down here during this first week in March.
Dick, thanks for joining us, and better luck in the second half of tonight's game.
Thank you, Tim.
Dick DeRoss, the principal of Presque Isle High School, back in 2 minutes to talk a little hoop right after this.
It's hot and it's happening. It's sounds of the 70s, the biggest, hottest collection of 70s hits ever. Get the hottest songs of 1979, more than 1 full hour of hits for only $9.99 on compact disc or cassette. Audition other great sounds of the 70s albums. There's no minimum to buy. Cancel anytime.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
For a good time, call this number now.
Call 1-800-248-0468 or send $9.99 for 1 double-length cassette or 1 CD plus $3.50 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. Phones open 24 hours.
They ask me how I knew.
Did you ever fall in love so hard it hurt? Time Life Music recaptures all those romantic memories in the rock and roll era. Relive those magic moments with 22 fabulous hits from 1959. Only $9.99 on compact disc or cassette.
I wanna dream lover, so I don't have to dream alone. Come with me, my love.
Then you'll have the opportunity to audition other great albums. There's no minimum to buy. Satisfaction guaranteed. So call now and relive the romance.
Call 1-800-641-0202 or send $9.99 for 1 cassette or 1 CD plus $3.50 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
We are back. Jan Bowden is happy to be here as well, and we are joined now by Julie Bradstreet Prescott, most famous for having played in Eastern Maine tournament and for the University of Maine. Back coaching at home at Central Aroostook, Julie. What's that like?
It's exciting. I enjoy being back home, and I know the kids and I know the people, so it's good.
You had a great year last year. You're kind of in a rebuilding year this year, but there must be a lot of talk about basketball in your household, having married Presque Isle coach Tim Prescott this last fall. Congratulations, first of all. Does that make it for an interesting or a long winter?
It's a very long winter, and yeah, basically that's all we talk about.
Do you offer any tips for his program at all?
I offer him ideas or suggestions, and he does the same as mine.
10 points. Alan Richards added 8 in that first half, 8 more for Greg Harrison, so balanced scoring for Lawrence. And for Presque Isle, only 4 points for their leading scorer, Tom McClellan, 3 for Cassafan. So they are really struggling for points. And when you talk about that second quarter, you're right, Mike, only 3 points, that long three-pointer, which was hit by Cassafan. And Lawrence outscored them 19-3. And I guess in the third quarter, University of Maine hockey team trailing to Boston University 7-4 in the first of 3.
Well, it looks like the Bears have at least got some shots in the goal. They looked worse than that earlier on, but they are just about out of time.
Presque Isle's going to need a major comeback here in the second half if they want to play here tomorrow night against Potomac Valley.
33-11. Lawrence with an explosive second period. So Maine just picked up a goal on at 7-5, and we're not. Ingraham with the goal. We're not sure how much time is left, but Maine down 2 goals in the third period in that hockey game. We'll let you know how it's going. All right, the third quarter is underway, and Presque Isle will have the ball. There's a nice reverse layup by Tate McPherson for Presque Isle.
Excellent way for Presque Isle to start something positive right off the bat.
But they're down 20. So they certainly have got to turn things up big time on both offense and defense. Got to get into their game. Cole's shot is going to be blocked by Cassavan of Presque Isle. And Presque Isle comes out running. As to the basket, and a traveling violation called number 30, Tom McClellan of Presque Isle.
One thing Presque Isle can't do is rush it because there are no 20-point plays. You've still got plenty of time on the clock, and if you take your time, just chip away.
And nearly stolen by Presque Isle. Cassavan came out, but Lawrence would come up with a loose ball. It's Harrison with it on the right side of Reynolds. Guarded by Cassavan. Reynolds double teamed by Keenan and Cassavan. Now over on the right side to Richards. Out front to Reynolds. Cutting down the back door, getting the layup is Chris Winship, number 30 for Lawrence.
Spread the zone defense, skip pass to the baseline, and found the easy corner.
There's a three-pointer for Presque Isle. It's Tom McClellan burying it out front. Jim Prescott wants to see more of that. 6:40 to go, third quarter. It's 35-16 Lawrence, and Presque Isle very aggressive on defense right now. Winship across the foul line in the paint, puts it up and in for Lawrence. 37-16. Lawrence leading Presque Isle. And as Cassavan loses the handle, and it's going to be Presque Isle ball as it was last touched by Chris Winship. And over on the left side, Toby Plummer will look to put it in bounds for the Presque Isle Wildcats. They're the number 4 seed in the tournament. Lawrence is number 1. Number 6, Madomic knocked off number 2, Waterville in the other semifinal game earlier this evening. Colin White is in the game for Presque Isle. With the basketball right now is Toby Plummer at the foul line. Over on the left to White. White fires up a three-pointer. It's going to be short. And the rebound picked up out front. And Kyle Keenan over to Cassavan. Cassavan with a three-pointer left side of the perimeter. And Presque Isle looking much more confident and onto their game here early in the third quarter.
Need to pick it up on the defensive end and not let Lawrence get any easy baskets.
37-19, Lawrence with that big lead. Presque Isle with their work cut out for him here in the third period. It's Reynolds and Harrison. Playing pass is stolen away. Tom McClellan with the steal for Presque Isle. His three-point pull-up jump shot is good. Tom McClellan, and Lawrence wants a timeout as Presque Isle gets some momentum going. 5:23 to go in the third. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
In the heart of the county, you will find MPG.
This is Aroostook County, full of hardworking people who enjoy the pleasures of a rural environment. In the heart of the county, you'll find the MPG Shopping Center. They stock all of your lawn and garden, appliance, building material, electrical, hardware, lumber, paint, pet, and plumbing needs at everyday value prices. MPG truly serves Aroostook County needs. Parsons Street, Presque Isle.
All right, Lawrence has got Presque Isle has got three three-pointers. The first one here in this first half. Second half tipped out. Recontrolled by Presque Isle. As with the basketball, it was Keenan. He looked over to the left side, and the long three was fired up by Cassavan, and he buries it. And then here's the second one, the one they just got just a moment ago. They come into the forecourt, and McClellan launches the long three from the right side and buries it.
McClellan with the steal, and then the three-pointer. Now Cassavan with the steal for Presque Isle. Breakaway layup. He lays it over the front of the rim and in. So a different Presque Isle club coming out here in the third period. It's amazing how this game goes sometimes.
They have already scored more points in the first 3 minutes of the second half than they did the whole first half.
37-24, Lawrence with the lead, but Presque Isle's knocking on the door. Baseline jump shot is good. There's a big basket for Lawrence. Chris Winship quieting the Presque Isle fans for just a moment. Number 30 for Lawrence makes it 39-24 Bulldogs. Now we have a foul. And it's on Lawrence.
Take a look at that Lawrence basket. A bounce pass on the baseline and a quick jumper for Winship, and he just buried it.
And the first foul of the second half will go against Alan Richards of Lawrence, his second. And Presque Isle with the ball. McPherson down the middle. He's going to be fouled. The basket will count. A big basket for McPherson. He's going to be fouled by Alan Richards of Lawrence.
And that's a good basket for Presque Isle because of the fact they've been hitting some outside jumpers. And now they take it inside, and here we'll take a look at it as the entry pass comes into the foul line, taking into the fade. McPherson goes up and draws the foul after getting the basket, the foul against Cole. But that's really one of the beauties of the three-point play. If you hit the three-pointers, that should open up some inside game for you, and you should take advantage of it. And that's what Presque did on that play right there.
Well, they say the foul now is on Alan Richards, number 34. He'll go to the bench for Lawrence. That's his third. And with a chance for the three-point play is Tate McPherson. He misses the foul shot. And it is Cole, correct me on that, it is Mike Hamlin with a rebound for Lawrence. Now off to Reynolds. Reynolds double team, passes over on the right side. Winship down low, Cole on the baseline. He shoots over McPherson and scores on the right baseline. Big basket for Billy Cole. It's nearly stolen by Reynolds. It is. Reynolds on the breakaway layup, puts it up and around the rim and out. Winship with a rebound. He puts it up and in. So a nice follow by Winship on the miss by Tommy Reynolds.
Reynolds so quick, and then Winship following up, not letting Reynolds go in all alone, and got that layup off the rebound.
Good fundamental basketball, because even though Reynolds was wide open, you never know. 3:55 to go, third quarter. It's stolen by Lawrence again. Lawrence leading Presque Isle 43-26. 3:45 to go, third period. Lawrence with the ball. It's Reynolds. Over on the right is Winship, looking down low. Nothing happening down there. Brings it back out front to Reynolds. Quickly on the left to Cole. Cole with two dribbles, brings it out front. Gives it off to Keith Knights. Now Reynolds on the right. Tries to dish it off down low. The ball's knocked loose, but it's picked under there by Hamlin. Hamlin picks it up, misses the shot, and Presque Isle on the rebound. Casavan on the left side. His shot is up and no good. But he'll be fouled by Chris Winship of Lawrence.
And I believe we're going to go to the line for three because it's a three. Let's take a look at that Reynolds steal. As he just knocks the ball away from McClellan and goes down. Now watch Winship on the follow-up here. As Reynolds misses the layup, but Winship, good fundamentals as Mike said, gets the rebound, goes right back up and uses the glass. He's got 8 points already in the second half.
The Lawrence foul on Chris Winship, his second. And Matt Casavan on the foul line. Misses the foul shot. He's shooting three because he was out beyond the three-point arc when he fired it up. The second foul shot is good, so Casavan missed the first one. He made the second one. He'll shoot one more. 3:20 to go in the third period. Lawrence 43, Presque Isle 27. Make that 28 now, as Casavan is 2 for 3 on the line on that trip. And it's a 15-point lead. But the momentum had shifted to Presque Isle with 3:10 to go here in the third period. Cole on the right side, double team, he goes between it. And now a foul on Presque Isle on Tate McPherson. The hockey game is over, Don, and BU has beaten the Maine Blackbears 8-5.
And that means Maine has got their backs against the wall, and they got to win the next 2 in a row or they're done.
And they'll be playing tomorrow night. And if necessary, Sunday afternoon. Lawrence with the basketball. In it comes to Cole. One-on-one. He makes the nice fake. Puts it up. No good. He shot it up over Colin White, but he couldn't get it to fall, and Presque Isle has the rebound. Down low, baseline. Turnaround jump shot is no good by number 50 for Presque Isle. Jake Archer in the ballgame, missing the shot. And now it's lost out of bounds by Lawrence, and Presque Isle will get it back. 2:42 to go in the third period. It's still a 15-point lead for Lawrence. All right, here comes Presque Isle. And it's Casavan on the right side. Looks to go baseline. Pull-up jump shot on the right baseline. It's good for Matt Casavan.
Wanted to go right baseline, saw it was going to be shut off, and just pulled up and took the little jumper. A nice fundamental, nice shot on the baseline. Pulled him to within 13.
Cole on the right side. He's open for three, but it's off the front of the rim. And Casavan knocks it loose on the rebound. And it's picked up by Tom McClellan. And now it's knocked out of bounds by Lawrence right in front of the Presque Isle bench as Chris Winship got a hand on it.
Let's take a look at that on the replay. The Casavan, as he wants to go right, sees the baseline's going to be shut off and just pulls off and drains it.
Presque Isle ball right in front of their own bench. And Plummer will put it in bounds into McClellan on the right side. On the low post. Now in the paint is McPherson. He misses. Rebound Cole for Lawrence. And a Presque Isle foul.
Well, they've closed the deficit, Presque Isle has, from 22 points down to 13. Ideally, the club would like to get it to 10, maybe 9 here by the end of this quarter. The fear, though, has to go through Tim Prescott's mind is that his team is using so much energy to get back into it. Are they going to be able to have enough there if they do get close to make that final run?
And a minute 50 to go in the third quarter. It's Lawrence with the ball. Winship on the right side, around the rim and out. McPherson high in the air for the rebound. Long up-court pass intended for McClellan is out of bounds. It was really a bad pass because two white jerseys covering McClellan on the way down.
You really have to cut down those unforced errors, especially when you're trailing.
Lawrence by 13 with a minute 35 to go in the third period. And Lawrence has the ball. The winner plays Madomic Valley tomorrow night for the Eastern Maine Class A Championship. And the ball is knocked loose in the paint as Presque Isle comes away with it. It's Harrison. Now missing the shot, it might have been partially blocked, was Colin White. And now a foul. It'll be on Presque Isle.
Take a look at the drive right here for Presque Isle. Winship goes up, gets the defensive rebound, and gets taken out as Plummer, trying to get position, got underneath the Winship and knocked him over.
That's one on Plummer. Each team has 3 fouls with a minute 17 to go in the third period. Lawrence by 13. And they have the ball. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll be off the hand of Toby Plummer of Presque Isle. And right in front of us, Lawrence will put it in bounds on the right side. And it's Harrison with it for Lawrence on the right side of Reynolds. Back out to Harrison on the perimeter. He goes left on the dribble. Now it's in the hands of Reynolds. 50 seconds to go in the third period. Lawrence by 13. Being patient here. And we have a foul on the way to the basket on Presque Isle.
I believe they got Tate McPherson.
Number 42, McPherson of Presque Isle picks up foul number 2. That's 4 on the team. And Lawrence will put it in bounds underneath their own basket with 45 seconds to go in the third period. And McClellan, who was out briefly, will come back in. Eric Saucier will go back to the bench for Presque Isle. And the inbounds pass by Lawrence knocked loose underneath the basket. Now stolen away by Toby Plummer. Off to McClellan. McClellan tried to give it to Cassavan on the left, but it was deflected by Lawrence. They have a 2-on-1 fast break. Now it's 2-on-2 basketball. Underneath Harrison with the off-balance shot. It's no good. Rebound Plummer off to Cassavan. 25 seconds to go in the third period. Lawrence by 13. Presque Isle with the ball. Long three-pointer from the left side is an air ball, but the rebound is up and in by Toby Plummer.
Good heads-up basketball by Plummer. Going to the basket, took the air ball and just laid it off reverse off the glass and good.
And now it's only an 11-point lead for Lawrence and a foul reaching in from behind called on Toby Plummer of Presque Isle. 5 seconds on the clock here in the third period. So a nice comeback by Presque Isle.
Let's take a look at that basket for Presque Isle. As there's the long jumper. Watch, here he comes right in as it will be Plummer gets the loose ball and right off the glass and good from the backside.
Plummer committed his second foul, 5th on the team. It's stolen, and now there's a shot stolen back by Reynolds at the gun. 43-32. Lawrence leads Presque Isle. We'll be back in a minute with the fourth quarter.
Reno's Family Restaurant in Caribou has been known for years for their delicious pizza. Choose any one or combination of 15 toppings from pepperoni to pineapple. Just the right amount of sauce, all in a fresh homemade crust. Reno's is proud of their wide variety of luncheon and dinner selections, carefully prepared from quality, fresh ingredients. Reno's gets lots of compliments on their various home-style soups, too. You're sure of great food at reasonable prices at Reno's Family Restaurant on Sweden Street in Caribou. Oh, and bring the kids.
The price of smoking is going up again. Soon the average pack-a-day smoker could spend $1,300 a year, 2 packs a day over $2,500. Want a healthier bargain? Cary Medical Center presents the Freedom from Smoking Stop Smoking program, beginning with a free orientation on Wednesday, March 16th at 6:30 p.m. The 7-week program costs just $60, and what an investment. Quitting for just 1 year could have you on a cruise, a trip to Hawaii, or more. Just imagine. Call Cary now at 498-3111 for freedom from smoking.
Heading into the fourth quarter, Mike Hale and Don Shields with you. The score 43-32. Lawrence is leading Presque Isle.
Presque Isle outscored Lawrence 19-10 in that third quarter.
Excellent third quarter for Presque Isle, and Lawrence with the possession to start the fourth quarter. Presque Isle nearly steals the ball, but Chris Winship hangs onto it. Now off to Billy Cole. Now it's Reynolds on the left to Harrison. Now down low, Winship, off-balance shot. He twisted around almost in the other direction, and he still got it to fall. Chris Winship.
Nice body balance. He has 10 points all in the second half.
That is 45-32 Lawrence. 7:25 to go in the game. McPherson tries to penetrate. It's stolen away by the quick hands of Reynolds. He breaks to the basket. It's going to be blocked. The follow-up tap is no good. Third time around, it is Harrison with the basket. And it's now 47-32, back up to a 15-point lead for Lawrence. 7:05 to go in the game. Presque Isle with the ball. Turnaround is good. Wow. I'm not sure how McClellan got that one off.
I don't think Tim Prescott knows how he got it off either. He's probably one of those ones where a coach says, no, don't do that. Oh, good shot.
Now it's stolen away by McPherson of Presque Isle. Down low, he gets the pass from McClellan, and McPherson scores. It's back to an 11-point lead for Lawrence.
Another key point, too. Presque Isle has 3 timeouts left to go in this ballgame, so if they use them wisely, they can conserve some energy that way, too.
We have 6.5 minutes to go in the game, and traveling is called on Harrison of Lawrence.
Let's take a look at the Presque Isle basket from just a moment ago. As it's McClellan. Leads it inside. Nice pass. McPherson up and in.
Nice ball movement by the Wildcats. 47-36. They're within striking distance of Lawrence with 6:25 to go in the game. When you've been down 22, 11 is definitely striking distance. Nice comeback by the Wildcats. Down low pass intended for Cassavan, gets loose. It's picked up by Plummer. Now back out front to Kyle Keenan. Now McPherson passes it across court to Plummer, but it's way over Plummer's head, out of bounds, and Presque Isle turns it over. And Reynolds will bring it up slowly for the Lawrence Bulldogs with 6:05 to go in the game. Lawrence by 11. It's Winship on the right. Down low, Richards. McPherson blocks it out of there. Loose ball picked up by Plummer, and here comes Presque Isle. It's Keenan. Up ahead to Cassavan. Now McPherson. He spins. He hits it off the glass in the paint, and it's a 9-point game now, 47-38. Lawrence on top of Presque Isle. 5:35 to go. And it's Reynolds with a basketball double team out near midcourt. Gets it off to Richards, quickly on the right to Winship. Winship takes a dribble, now he's looking for help, gives it off to Harrison out front on the perimeter. Foul line, pull-up jump shot. Harrison, no good. Rebound, Cassavan, Presque Isle. Now to Keenan. Up ahead, White. Now back to Keenan. Keenan out front, gives it down low. White, turnaround is no good. And the rebound is going to be lost out of bounds. Last touch by Lawrence.
Let's take a look at this block shot. First for Presque Isle, the block, as it is McPherson. All tipped back out. Now they'll come back on transition down quickly. They bring it into the forecourt with Keenan. His bounce pass to the right side. And Cassavan, a little stutter step, goes baseline. And kicks it inside where it's the basket from McPherson.
Back to live action. McClellan scores from the foul line, and it's a 7-point ball game. Timeout, Lawrence. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Excuse me. What is that you just drove up in?
It's my new villager.
What, did you get a raise or what?
Oh, I wish. No, I only paid on about half.
How did you get away with paying for half?
Well, the Ford and Mercury dealers have this thing called the plan. I get to drive more car for my money.
I don't understand.
Well, you pay on about half, and in a couple of years, you turn for a new one.
It's amazing.
I know.
Oh, you know what's great? You never
What?
get rid of that new car smell. You're right.
I bet a woman had something to do with this.
Absolutely.
Call 1-800-663-4455 or see your Ford and Mercury dealer.
Let's take a look at that last basket for Presque Isle that pulled them to within 7 points. They have it at the foul line, and McClellan, he just pulls up a little jumper and nailed it. It's a 7-point ball game right now, and it's really amazing that Presque Isle, who only scored 3 points in that whole second quarter, 11 in the first half, was able to pull it up by the bootstraps, and it pulled to within 7 of this ball game.
Down 22 points at one stage of this ball game. Now they're only down 7 with 4:45 to go. And Lawrence with the basketball and the 7-point lead. Long cross-court pass. Reynolds over to Winship on the left side. Now Winship brings it out on the perimeter, and he's going to be fouled.
One of the things Presque Isle has done here in the second half is in the first half they played that 1-3-1 zone, and they packed it inside, trying to shut off the inside. This second half they pulled that zone out a little bit more, and they denied the 3-point shots for Lawrence, which they were nailing with ease in the first half. I don't believe they have a 3-pointer here in the second half.
McClellan committed that foul for Presque Isle. That's his third. The team has 6 now. Lawrence on the other side has committed 3. Reynolds in a double team gets it out to Harrison. Harrison near midcourt, now over on the right side. Go down low to Cole. Cole down the middle, scores the basket. He is fouled. It will count. Big basket for Lawrence.
Certainly is, and you go inside to the big guy, Billy Cole. And we'll take a look at the replay right here as he got the bounce pass in. He'll get the pass in right here. The entry and Cole goes right up, a little fake. It was able to draw the foul, got it up, and followed it up and in. And White got called for the foul.
Cole and White with his second. That's 7 on the team. And make it a 3-point play for Billy Cole. And it's up to a 10-point lead for Lawrence with 4:20 to go in the game. And Presque Isle with the ball. And it's McClellan on the right side. Pull-up jump shot, no good, off the front of the rim. It's tapped up by Casavat, no good. And then it would be out of bounds. And let's see, it'll be Presque Isle ball.
Hit off of Cole on the way out.
One thing I've noticed about Presque Isle is they have several players very good on the pull-up jump shot, shooting on the run. That's tough to do. It's Casavat out front, over on the left side. White for 3. Cole and White, and it's back to a 7-point ball game now. Lawrence on top with 3:55 to go. Wow. Reynolds going around everybody, drives baseline, misses the shot. And on the rebound, a foul is going to be called. It'll be on Presque Isle.
Let's go back down the other end on the replay. We'll take a look at Presque Isle's last 2 for 3-pointers. White just sets out behind the arc, a set shot, and just buries it.
And it was Casavat of Presque Isle picking up his second. And on the foul line, Alan Richards for Lawrence. He makes the first one. Shooting 2. Presque Isle will be in the 1-and-1, by the way, from now on. Foul shot is good again by Alan Richards, the 6'4 senior. 3:45 to go. And it's a 9-point lead for Lawrence. Presque Isle with the ball. And their 3-point game has been hot. We'll see if they continue to fire up the long ball. It's McClellan. Guarded by Reynolds. The quick pass down low to Casavat. Knocked loose, but Casavat gets it. He leans in. He's called for the charge. The offensive foul on Matt Casavat. That's 3 on him. And Lawrence will bring it up with 3:20 to go in the game. They lead by 9. And it's Reynolds with the basketball on the right to Winship. Now to Richards. Quickly over the left, Harrison. Down low, Cole. It's blocked from behind by McPherson. And the loose ball picked up by Colin White of Presque Isle. McClellan to White. White on the left side goes down low to McPherson. Loses the handle on it. Can't go anywhere. And he'll get it off to McClellan in the left corner. McClellan now pull-up jump shot on the baseline, and a foul on Reynolds. Reynolds picks up the personal. And that's 2 on him. That'll be 4th on Lawrence. However, Tom McClellan goes to the line for Presque Isle to shoot 2. There's 2:54 to go in the game. It's a 9-point lead for Lawrence, and Tom McClellan will try to shave it down.
All these foul shots extremely big for Presque Isle.
And McClellan buries the first one. It's now 52-44.
Got to take advantage of every time you get an opportunity to score with the clock stopped.
McClellan with 15 points tonight, missing the second foul shot, and on the rebound is picked up by Richards of Lawrence off to Reynolds. Reynolds quickly in the front court. Gives it to Cole, cutting down the middle. Dishes off down low. Richards on the baseline. He shoots over White, and it's good. Big basket for Alan Richards of Lawrence. It's a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. 2:35 to go. Deep in the left corner, White with a long three. It's no good. And the rebound, Lawrence. Richards with the board on the outlet pass. It goes to Reynolds. He's picked up in midcourt by McClellan. On the right side to Winship. 2:15 to go. Lawrence by 10. They have the ball. Cole on the baseline. Cole scores the basket. He is fouled, and the basket will count.
Lawrence goes for one of their big go-to guys, and Cole goes baseline, and Presque Isle is going to take a timeout.
Lawrence leads by 12 with 2:13 to go. Timeout. Timeout is called, and let's take a look at the last basket as the coaches talk it over.
Ball goes over to the right side with it. Winship being double teamed, but dribbles away from that double team. Starts to go baseline. Looks for help, and right there is Cole, and Cole just takes it up strong, puts up the shot, got fouled, he falls down, the ball goes through, he celebrates on the court. The one thing you can say about Lawrence is they're a very emotional team, as we saw as they went over to the sideline, how emotional they were, because when Cole got there, he got a big hug from Mike McGee, who kind of just picked him up and gave him a bear hug. Not many coaches do that.
I don't think I could get my arms around Billy Cole to give him a hug.
Don't think we'll discuss that anymore.
From a coach's point of view.
Right, exactly. I understand what you mean.
The boys in the truck like that one. 12-point lead for Lawrence. On the foul line with a chance for a three-point play is Billy Cole. Missing the foul shot. Cassavant picked up his fourth foul on that play, by the way. 12-point lead for Lawrence. Presque Isle running out of time with 2:05 to go in the game. It's McClellan. Now it's Cassavant. The three-point attempt is no good, but he is going to be fouled by Chris Winship of Lawrence. I'm not sure if he was in three-point land or not.
Well, they ruled it was two. It was real close to the arc. Either way, that's not something that Coach Mike McGee wants to see.
And Matt Cassavant goes to the foul line to shoot two for Presque Isle. That's the fifth team foul on Lawrence. The third on Winship as Matt Cassavant puts the first one up and in.
We saw that time down on defense, too. Lawrence pick up the defense and bring it out and really deny Presque Isle from taking a three-point shot, or an easy three-point shot.
And after the two foul shots, it's a 10-point lead for Lawrence with 1:50 to go. That is Cole on the right. Now Reynolds, Harrison. Harrison on the right, goes down low to Richards. Richards gets by McPherson, lays it up and in. Back up to a 12-point lead for Lawrence with 1:35 to go in the game. A pull-up jump shot by McClellan. He buries it for three. Two. Sorry, it was for two. It was a tough shot. I'm not really sure how he got that one off.
I thought it was for three, too, but the referee only gave up two.
Down underneath, the ball is put up hard by Richards. No good. There's Cole on the rebound. He puts it up and in. And it's 12-point lead for Lawrence with 1 minute to go. And it's McClellan for Presque Isle out front. Down the right corner, it goes to McPherson. Out front, it goes over the head of Cassavant and into the press table out of bounds.
Let's take a look at that Presque Isle basket, and you see right there, his feet are both right on the line. Yep. Good call by the referees.
Timeout is called, but we'll keep it here with 53 seconds to go. The score is 60-48. Lawrence is leading Presque Isle.
Give Presque Isle a lot of credit because they did not fold up at halftime. When you really take a look at it, they were outscored by Lawrence 19-3 in that second quarter. Otherwise, you take that away, and really Presque Isle has played the better of the ball game, but they've had to come back for so far down. And with that big 22-point cushion for Lawrence at halftime, not to say that they eased up a little bit, but things were a little easier for them when Presque Isle did take that run. Even when they were making the run, a lot of times it was always right around 10 points or 15 points, somewhere in that ballpark.
And as close as Presque Isle could get to this point was within 7 points a couple of times, which is excellent when you think about them being down by 22. But you mentioned earlier they used so much energy to come back, you wondered how much they might have back towards the end. But Lawrence made some key defensive plays and also took the ball strong to the basket. And they are up by 12 with 49 seconds to go. Action resumes, and Lawrence with the ball. It's Reynolds threading the needle, gets down underneath, and he is bumped and fouled by White of Presque Isle.
This is going to set up another unique matchup tomorrow night. We're going to have here the Lawrence Bulldogs and the Madomic Valley Panthers in the title game. And Lawrence definitely a half-court aggressive type of team. Madomic more of a finesse team, and so that's going to be an interesting matchup. Madomic has played against two teams that are a little bit more aggressive than they are, and they've come away with 2 W's so far.
Tommy Reynolds on the foul line. He made the first one. He misses the second one. He was fouled by White, who picked up his third. Presque Isle on the rebound, but they're down 61-48, 35 seconds to go. McClellan to Plummer. Now Cassavant for 3. It's good. Presque Isle has been burying the threes, but they were so deep in the hole that they have not been able to close the gap beyond 7. But credit some outstanding shooting for the Presque Isle Wildcats. Now a foul in the backcourt on Toby Plummer of Presque Isle with 22 seconds to go and a 10-point lead for Lawrence.
So I'd say there's going to be a lot of people from Fairfield making the trip up here tomorrow night with a chance for a couple of Eastern Maine championships on the line for the Lawrence Bulldogs.
Head coach Bruce Cooper is sitting on the other side of the auditorium directly across from us, taking a break tonight, getting ready for his big game tomorrow night. And going on to the foul line is number 24, Greg Harrison for Lawrence. As the Lawrence fans begin to celebrate with a 10-point lead and 22 seconds to go. Harrison misses the 1-and-1 foul shot. The rebound White for Presque Isle. Off to McClellan. McClellan down the left side. Has it deflected by Harrison as he tried to shoot the jump shot on the run. Harrison with a loose ball. 10 seconds to go. Lawrence by 10. And a Presque Isle foul. And a little frustration and disappointment for Presque Isle right now. But boy, they worked hard in the second half. And well, who's to say what would happen if they would have been able to put together that kind of basketball in the first half? Yeah, if they could have kept it to within, a 10-point ball game at halftime. They just couldn't buy a basket in that second quarter. Got that 1 3-pointer about midway through the second, and that was it. Nothing else on offense that whole second quarter. McClellan picked up his 4th foul for Presque Isle, and that put Harrison back on the line. He made the first foul shot. But you have to credit Lawrence defense in the first half. They would not let Presque Isle get into a running game and get any really good shots, while at the same time they posted up well and got some big baskets as Harrison makes the second one. And it's a 12-point lead for Lawrence with 10 seconds to go. The thing about Lawrence, they can beat you from outside and inside, too. There's the 3 out front, and the foul is going to be called on Lawrence on, well, it's on number 22. Not on my lineup card either. It's not on my scoreboard here. So we're not sure who's in a different jersey tonight. But anyway, they committed the foul. And that will put Tommy McClellan on the line, shooting 3 shots with 5 seconds to go. McClellan makes the first one.
2 shots, guys, 2!
Madomic Valley beating Waterville 79-72 tonight. Number 6 upsetting number 2. So it'll be number 6 and number 1 for the Eastern Maine Championship tomorrow night. Of course, both games will be right here. And now he throws it up hard, and it has to touch the rim, so it will be Lawrence ball. Intentionally missing that one, but missing it a little bit too hard. 5 seconds to go. Lawrence by 10. There's a foul in the backcourt on Presque Isle. And I believe McClellan may have fouled out of the game. He has. Tommy McClellan, who's had an outstanding game, a very strong second half, will walk to the bench and leave this one with 4 seconds to go.
Well, when you take a look at Presque Isle's top 6 players, they only have 2 who are graduating, Tate McPherson and Toby Plummer. So you would reckon that they would be back here again next year. Since 1961, they've made 28 tournaments.
And Lawrence will be losing 4 players through graduation. Foul shot is going to be missed. Lawrence, Holstrom misses it. Presque Isle throws one up at the gun, and that's it. Lawrence is in the Eastern Maine Championship against Madomic Valley after beating Presque Isle 63-53. We'll take a 90-second break. We'll be back. Tim Throckmorton will be with Coach Mike McGee when we return in 90 seconds.
That's my rat. I kidnapped her from the psychology lab.
Okay. You get away clean now, or what the hell? Go ahead.
But my instructor promised that she would only be used for a few harmless experiments, but he lied.
They always lie. First they suck you in with the free milk and cookies. Next thing you know, you're running naked through a maze.
Wings, Thursday at 7 on WAGM-TV.
I was wondering if you'd be interested in joining Maris and me Friday night. We're dying to try the new rib joint that's opened on Bellevue Way. I understand that if the onion rings aren't as big as your head, you get them for free.
Well, thanks, Niles, but I thought I'd just spend a quiet evening at home.
Oh, well, then. Better yet, why don't you come to our house? We'll make dinner, and we'll even rent an Angie Dickinson film.
Ooh. Frasier, Wednesday at 7:30 on WAGM-TV.
The guests.
I'm crazy, I'm possessive, I'm domineering, but I am not a bitch.
The audience.
You women who he spurned, get yourself a pair of scissors and really hit him where he lives.
The callers.
I take very good care of my body, and they pay to see it.
I think that's disgusting, and I don't think you
I think you're sexually repressed.
Well,
the difference is Donahue.
Weekdays at 4, it's all right here on WAGM-TV.
Back at the Bangor Auditorium, Mike McGee joins us. 23-0 run early in the first half. Looked like you put them away. Did the kids maybe feel that might have been the case?
It's hard when you get a 22-point lead because you get a little bit tentative and, you're not sure about your shot selection. And Presque Isle, Timmy Prescott, I have so much respect for that guy. As I said before, he's the most underrated coach in the state. And the Presque Isle kids, they just got so much heart. They came back in that second half and had us on the run. They were 1 or 2 baskets away from really putting us in trouble.
Got within 7. It looked like you took a timeout. Maybe you wanted to work the ball underneath. Billy Cole got a couple of big baskets underneath late.
What we weren't doing early was, in the second half, was working it inside to Billy and Allen, and that's what we called the timeout to try to get one high, one low, go our high-low offense. But they were putting so much pressure outside, and, Greg Harrison and Chris Winship. Greg Harrison got us going early, and then Chris Winship was just phenomenal in the second half.
Madomic Valley, quickly, what do you think about tomorrow night's matchup?
They're the Cinderella team. They've done a great job, and they shoot the ball very well. They're a lot like the Presque Isle team, and they've got a superstar in Nash.
Mike McGee, got to feel good to be the top seed and still alive in this tournament. One more tomorrow night at least.
But barely, right, Tim? Say hi, you guys.
Well done. Lawrence will be back, and there's at least one more to play for them. Let's go to Mike and Don, guys.
Tim, now let's take a look at the final scoring here, Don.
All right, for Lawrence, they were led tonight by Billy Cole. He had 19 points. Alan Richards had 14, 12 for Greg Harrison. Winship had 10 all in the second half. They did a nice job on Tommy Reynolds. He only had 5 points, but had some big defensive plays for Presque Isle, who was really only had their top scorer, only had 4 in the first half, but they finished out with 18 for McClellan, 17 for Cassafan, and 10 for McPherson. It sets up a great doubleheader tomorrow.
That's right. Join us tomorrow night. It will be Coney and Lawrence girls, followed by Lawrence and Madomic Valley boys for the Class A Eastern Maine Championship game. So excitement continues right here at the Bangor Auditorium. And again, the Maine hockey team lost to BU 8-5 in the first game of that Hockey East tournament tonight. Mike Hale, along with Don Shields and the rest of the crew here at WABI TV Channel 5. Thanks for joining us. Good night from the Bangor Auditorium.